Have you ever heard the story of the talking skull? Yes, the talking skull. Some of you haven't. But that's why you have me, the storyteller. Story. Once upon a time, there was famine, an extreme lack of food. The land was dry, crops were not growing, people were hungry. A young hunter, determined to find food, sets off into the forest singing, I will find food today for my belly. I will find food today for my belly. I will find food today for my belly. That's right. This hunter searched and searched for days, but did not find any food. I will find food today for my belly. His belly was now grumbling like a child that just got told off or got told to get off TikTok and go and do their homework. He was hungry. Will I find food today for my belly? Will I find food today for my belly? Will I find food today for my belly? Then one day, the man came across a skull laying on the ground, bored and with no one in sight. The hunter proceeded to talk to the skull. What happened to you, bruv? The skull replied, my big mouth got me here. Eh? The hunter jumped back. He hadn't expected the skull to reply, but it did. It must be because I'm hungry, thought the hunter. A talking skull? Can you imagine? Nevertheless, he proceeded to talk to the skull again just to make sure. What happened to you, bruv? My big mouth got me here, the skull replied. It was true. I could have. And then the skull said, what brought you here? I'm about to talk to a skull. I've been searching for food and I've had no luck, said the hunter. Replied the skull. I can help you with that. But you must promise to tell no one about me or your big mouth will get you in trouble. The hunter had nothing to lose and promised, I won't tell anybody, I won't tell a soul. Okay, said the skull. Behind you in the bush is a calabash. The calabash, which comes from the calabash tree, is a gourd that's turned into serving bowls, instruments, and utensils, and other cool stuff. Anyway, in the calabash, said the talking skull, is millet. And the hunter rushed into the bush, and there, sure enough, was a heap of millet inside the calabash, enough to feed a village. The hunter struggled to lift it up and take it back to the village. The skull gave another warning. Remember, you must tell no one about me or your big mouth will get you into big trouble. The hunter, no longer paying much attention, said, yeah, I know. Would you like me to take you along with me to the village? No, I am fine here, said the talking skull. Okay, said the hunter, thanks. And he ran with the prospect of becoming the hero that had brought food to the village. The people, of course, were happy that they got food. The hunter was summoned by the chief, or king as we knew them back then. We are grateful for the food. Did you steal it? No, your majesty, said the hunter. Then how did you get it? Asked the king. The hunter hesitated. Tell me, or I will have your head cut off, said the king. I better say, thought the hunter. Your majesty, it's going to sound a bit ridiculous, but a talking skull gave it to me. You what? A talking skull? Do you mock me? Do you mock my life? No, your majesty. I can show you. And the king said, lead the way. And he also told his executioner to come along. The hunter took the king and his men to the spot where the man had seen the skull. And there it lay still as a dead skull. The hunter got that skull. Tell the king it was you that gave me the millet, please. The skull did not move. The hunter picked up the skull and shook it. Come on, man, bruv, please say something. The skull was stiff. Suddenly, whoop, the hunter's head was separated from his body. The king and his men returned to the village. Years later, there sat two skulls. The first skull turned to the skull of the hunter and said, "How did you get here, bruv?" And the hunter's skull replied, "My big mouth brought me here." So, what did you learn from this story? Until next time, story.